You tell me, have you ever been here? The panic starts to bubble up because someone hands you a gift and you don't have anything for them. Hello, and welcome to Bla Bla Black Sheep, a yarny podcast hosted by me, Sarah Korth of SEK Handmade. Today, we are going to make it so you never have that terrified feeling again. Today is a roundup of gifts that you can make quickly and have on hand. So if someone hands you a gift and you don't have anything for them, you'll have something you can pull out and gift them. And they'll feel super special because it's a handmade gift. Let's be honest, the holidays are a hectic time. There are so many activities to do, so many things to organize, and so many gifts to give. And if you are like me, you might even have a couple birthdays thrown in there. It's not uncommon, and you should not feel badly that in all that chaos, you might skip over someone that you intended to give a gift to. So today I'm sharing with you 10 patterns in 5 categories that you can make up quickly and have on hand so that no matter what the situation, you'll always have something on hand. So whether you've forgotten a gift for someone you intended to give to, or a last-minute party invitation comes up and you want to share a hostess gift, you won't have to stress about making something last minute. You'll already be prepared. Friends, this is all about less stress. It's really one of the things I wish so much for you. So let's dive right into the patterns. Category number 1 is headbands. Now, you can think of these as ear warmers if you're like, that doesn't sound like a very universal gift. I get it, but I know lots of men who go out walking when it's chilly outside, and there's that time in between where you don't quite need a full hat, but your ears still get chilly. A nice head warmer is perfect for that situation. And if you make these in a really neutral color, they'll be easy to gift out to anyone when the time comes. My first headband suggestion is the Fiona headband. This is a favorite of mine. It's my pattern. I wear my Fiona headbands all the time in the fall and early winter. Or even if I'm doing more intense exercise when it's actually really chilly outside. This is made with a bulky weight yarn and only about 90 yards of yarn, so it works up quickly, and you probably already have something in your stash that you can make 1 or 2 of these up with. It also has a really interesting stitch pattern, which gives it a unique and nice texture, and it has 3 closures, 2 of which are maybe a little more feminine, and 1 that's very unisex. This is a paid pattern, and don't worry, I'll be linking to all of the patterns in the show notes below, so you don't have to hunt any of these down. My second headband suggestion is the Alpine Stitch headband. This is by Crochet 365 Knit 2, and it is a paid and free headband. I really love the nice uniform texture of this one. I think it definitely leans unisex, especially if you make it in a really neutral color. This is also made in a bulky weight yarn, so it will work up very quickly. And I would like to point out that these aren't just great things to have on hand, they're also great quick suggestions to give out to people that you have on your list and you are already planning to give to. Category number 2 is a bag. You guys know that I am obsessed with little pre-made pouches covered in a gorgeous handmade cover. It makes these bags super useful, easy to make up, great for everybody, and have about a million uses. Anybody can use them for packing, keeping track of supplies, throwing in a bag to help organize it better. And they make great gifts because you can fill them with a little something, whether it's candy, a homemade treat, a gift certificate, a fun little art kit, some makeup. Any of those things would be a great addition to these handmade bags to make them a really personalized gift. And you can make several of them, have them ready to go to personalize later. The first bag I want to suggest is the Tanis bag. I really love the texture on this one, and I think it leans a little more unisex. It's just a really great high texture bag that can be made in 1 or many colors, and if you know ahead of time who you're going to make it for, you could customize it to their favorite colors or team colors and have it be really perfect for them. This is a paid pattern and it is made using worsted weight yarn. Bag number 2 is my Wayland bag. Friends, this is one of my most favorite bags. The reason that I love this one so much is because it looks like a really complicated pattern. But the good news is it's all made up with simple stitches. I have all of the tutorials, video, and photo that you need to make this really easily. And once you get on a roll, it is just such a fun stitch to work up. This bag also really lends itself to customizing colors and using up scraps, so you can make them really inexpensively or super customized to who you're making it for. This is also a paid pattern that uses worsted weight yarn, and who doesn't have a bunch of that laying around? Category number 3 is a trivet. You guys, I'm going to be honest with you, I have never made a trivet before, but after searching through the trivet patterns on Ravelry, I think I need to make a few. Trivets can make a really great gift for anybody. Let me tell you some creative ways to use a trivet other than setting your hot pan on it. You could use it as a centerpiece for a table. Yes, these two I'm going to suggest are gorgeous enough to just leave at the center of your table. Even if the person you're gifting to isn't much of a cook, they could also set it under a potted plant. This would be a great way to ward off any accidental spills of water and just make your potted plant look really pretty. The first trivet I'm going to suggest is the Wiggle It Crochet Trivet by Tamara Kelly. This is both a paid and a free pattern. This one is just so much fun. I can only imagine it's as fun to make as it looks in the end. Great way to use up scraps, make it really colorful, but also you could really just let the texture shine by making this all in one color as well. My second suggestion for a trivet is the Bobble Hexagon Trivet by Amy Menard, and this is a paid pattern. I think this is just such a classic shape and texture. I just absolutely fell in love with it. Again, I think this is so classic that it would look really great under a plant, which even if you're not much of a cook, you probably have a couple of those around. I do want to give a little reminder / warning. If you're making trivets to be used with hot pots and pans, you need to remember that you need to make it out of cotton or wool. The reason is if you make these out of acrylic and you set a hot pan on it, acrylic is essentially plastic and it will melt. And nothing ruins dinner more than the smell of melted plastic. My fourth suggestion for quick gifts to give are cup cozies. You know I love a cup cozy, and this is one of the quickest and easiest gifts to have on hand. My first suggestion is the Wheat Stitch Pumpkin Cozy Pattern by Brianna K Designs. This is a paid and free pattern. I know that looking at these pictures, you might think pumpkins. I'm not going to need pumpkins around the holidays, and I totally get that. However, I want you to think a little outside the box on this one because I think the texture is really fantastic. I think you could easily make this whole thing in one color and that texture would really be the thing that shines, and then you could share it any time of the year for any holiday, really. But if you're going somewhere for Thanksgiving, say, this would be a great hostess gift to make in fun pumpkin colors. Stick a little pumpkin spice latte mix or a fall tea blend in there, or maybe even a gift card to a coffee shop so that the hostess could spoil themselves after working so hard hosting. This pattern uses Aran weight yarn, which is a little heavier than a worsted weight yarn, so it's going to work up nice and quickly. My second cozy suggestion is one of my favorites. It's the Winslow Cozy. This is my pattern. It is a paid pattern and it uses worsted weight yarn. One of the reasons I love this cup cozy is because it creates a really nice stiff fabric that's nice and thick. The reason that that combination is so great in a cup cozy is because you're going to slide it onto your cup. It's not going to stretch out and get all loosey-goosey, so you might slip it off your cup by accident, and it's going to keep your hand extra protected by that nice thick fabric. I also really enjoy crochet stitches that mimic knitting, and this one definitely does that. If you're looking at that and thinking, but I hate the waistcoat stitch, don't worry. I have all the tips and tutorials to make the waistcoat stitch super easy. If you do just this one little change up trick that I have, you're going to find this stitch to be so much easier than it's been in the past. My fifth and final suggestion of a quick gift to have on hand so that you're ready to gift anytime is a cowl. Cowls are such a versatile piece that really anybody can wear them, whether it gets super cold where you are or just a little chilly in the mornings. They're so easy to throw on and take off whenever you get too hot. There's not a lot of styling that has to go into them, and again, if you make them in a more neutral color, they're great for men and women and even children. I know my kids, when it's really snowy outside, love to zip their coat all the way up, pull up the hood, and put a cowl on the outside, and then they end up with just their little eyeballs showing and fully covered from the chilly air and snow getting down in their jackets. My first suggestion is my Delilah cowl. This is by me. The reason that I love this one for gift making is that it can be worked up in any amount of yarn. So you can pick up some yarn you have laying around, whether it's one skein or two skeins or some scraps, and start this cowl and just keep going until you run out of the yarn you have. This is also a great cowl to make up because it has such a meditative stitch pattern. You work in that Mobius loop, and it's so simple to just keep going and going and going. It's really a restorative crochet project. This is a paid pattern, and it uses worsted weight yarn. Last but not least, I have the Personette Drawstring Cowl by Michelle Musket, and it is both paid and free. This gorgeous cowl works up in Aran weight yarn, which again is a little bit heavier than worsted weight, so it works up really nice and quickly. The designer shows all of her examples in stripes, which stripes are so classic. Again, a great opportunity to use school colors or favorite colors if you know who you're going to gift to, or to make it in just one solid neutral color would make it really classic and giftable to anyone. Again, I want to remind you, I have links to all of these patterns in the show note below. You don't need to go hunt them down. I'm going to send you right there. All right, let's talk about what I'm wearing. This is another one that might be nice and giftable. I actually plan on gifting a version of this cowl to my sister-in-law soon. This is my Lumi cowl. It can be made either holding two strands of fingering weight together. I have gone through some mini skeins here held with one single strand of another fingering weight yarn to get my color variation here, but you could also make it with just one strand of DK weight yarn, which, shh, don't tell, is what I'm going to do for my sister-in-law. This uses gorgeous yarn from Nanette Wake Studios. Again, I will link to that in the show notes below so that you can check out her gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. For my earrings today, I'm wearing these stunning leaf earrings in honor of fall. They are by Fox and Fern Designs, and you have got to check out her stuff. Currently, I think she's just selling at markets. I'm going to link you to her Instagram if you want to send her a message and be like, hey, I need your stuff. I'm sure she's just so lovely. I met her at a market, so I'm sure she would be happy to send something to you. A couple weeks ago, I asked my email list what their personal preferences were for the emails I send out, and someone reminded me that when I first started the Bla Bla Black Sheep podcast, I used to share with you something that was bringing me joy, and I thought, gosh, I should really bring that back. So I want to share with you something that's bringing me joy this week. You guys, bringing me joy this week are rain and the leaves changing. You might be thinking, ugh, rain, which if you live somewhere where it's rained a lot, I totally get. But we haven't gotten rain in a long time, and so I'm really excited to be getting a little rain to kind of boost all of our plants. Everything's looking a little crunchy around here, so rain is exactly what we need. It's also been a nice gentle rain, so it hasn't knocked a bunch of leaves off the trees, which is also lovely because they are just starting to change colors. And this is my favorite time of year. My husband and I both grew up in the Midwest, but then moved to Arizona for about 8 years. And the thing that I missed most, other than people, was the changing leaves. If you live in an area that does not have changing leaves, I encourage you, I'm sure there are tons of videos out there. Go watch some videos of the changing season and the leaves, and it will just bring you so much joy. Hold up a second, don't go anywhere. I have some important announcements to share. I wanted to let you know that the Crochet Cancer Challenge is currently going on. If you're not participating, now's the time to dive in. I'll link to Christine's blog below. This is a blog hop where free hat patterns are offered, When you choose to download any of the free patterns for the month, you also pledge to make at least one hat to donate to a great cause. The cause can be anything of your choosing, so if you don't have a cancer center that accepts hats close by you, you can make it for another cause as well. And there's no time pressure. Get the patterns, make them at your leisure, and donate them when you can. It's a really great event, and I highly encourage you to join it. Next, I want to share with you that I am going to St. Louis. You guys, I'm so excited. This coming weekend, October 10th, 11th, and 12th, I'll be at YarnCom Yarn Shop, which is near St. Louis. If you live in the area, I would love for you to stop by and see me. I'm also going to link in the show notes below to their yarn shop because I'm hosting some classes and a really special luxury yarn tasting with Blue Sky Fibers. You guys, this is going to be an amazing event for you to try out some of their really beautiful yarns. And between the prizes and the gifts that we're giving out, you're going to make up the cost of the event just in swag that you get. If you're in the area, I would love to see you there. Next, I just want to give you a couple heads up of things that are happening around SEK Handmade. Tomorrow, I am releasing 2 brand new patterns. These are really gorgeous and perfect for fall. Now that it's starting to get cooler around here, I know I'll be wearing them all the time. So be sure you have subscribed and turned on notifications because I'll be releasing an introduction video tomorrow that will also include a special discount code for those of you here on YouTube. Last but not least, I want to say the October Mystery Make-Along is coming. I'm pushing it to the end of the month because I have a lot going on, but we're going to have a fun, smaller pattern that is going to be full of texture and full of tutorials so that you can learn some fun new stitches this fall. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here and being part of the Bla Bla Black Sheep community. Be sure to check out the show notes for all of the links to all of the things. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things. I hope to see you back here next time. Until then, happy crafting.